Hello, this is Wmpyr here to talk about Escrima and boxing. Okay, I believe that you really should cross-train in the art of boxing. Okay, and the way to make sense of it, like you want to use this stuff in a real life situation. How do you use it? Because now you have Escrima and now you have boxing. What do you do? And I said to you guys, the best way, the easiest way is first of all, number one is Escrima is your plan A and boxing is your plan B. And that is no disrespect to boxing. It's just easier and it makes sense to use it this way because in a street situation, boxing is fighting, okay? And in street, I want to survive. I don't want to fight. I might have to fight. That's the catch, okay? But if I can and if I am in control, then I want to keep the distance. And if I keep the distance, then I'm going to be battling what we call in long range. So eskrima, using defang the snake, staying in long range as much as I can and not engaging. I'm not, if the attack comes in, I defang the snake and I create more distance and I create angles and I get out of there, all right? That's not really fighting. It's more very evasive and defensive. That's what I'm doing, okay? So that's my plan A. But if I'm unable to do that, and it's very easy to get suckered into fighting, or I could get caught off guard, and or they're just very fast, or I'm just in a bad situation and they're able to come up upon me, and in that case I gotta fight out of there. And for that, boxing is extremely useful. Now, if you have a weapon in your hand, like a stick or a knife, how do you box? Well, I've said to you guys, well, you literally have to box, boom, 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 boom. You gotta train that, and that is your knife boxing, or that is your stick boxing. And a great way, first of all, to try that out is first make sure you have a lot of room. Try it out in the air, so it's like shadow boxing, but with weapons. The next step is now try it out on a tire where you're actually making real contact, and then third. The last step is you need to spar, okay? And when you spar, you should be doing your plan A is eskrima and your plan B is boxing. And if you are able to do the eskrima, good for you. But when not, okay, when you're not able to do the eskrima, you should be switching to the boxing. And if it doesn't come out, this is what normally happens with Escrima Kali Arnis people, is they are sparring and they have their plan A, and if it's not working, they turn into just caveman, like this, boom, 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 okay? So you should not do that because the boxing is better than that. So if you're in that position and you find yourself just trading shots like this, at that point, you should switch to boxing, where now you have uppercuts, you got hooks, you got straight down the line, you got all these different angles. You got shifting, bobbing and weaving. All that stuff is much better than just caveman, boom, 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 boom. Okay, which is still formidable, but the boxing is better. So I implore you to test it out and see what happens to you. And if you start noticing like, oh man, I go straight to caveman, then you need to go back and make sure that you are doing more of the boxing, okay? Now, that being said, that's to me level one, okay? The next level is eskrima and boxing become much, much more merged together. So at this level where you're much more controlled, your angles of attack is much better, then even if you have a weapon, you're able to, it's like you're boxing, but you're still using the angles of attack. Isn't that crazy? So you're doing eskrima and boxing simultaneously. So it's not really plan A and plan B. They've now merged together. The skills have merged. You could still have a plan A and a plan B and even a plan C, but the skills of the boxing and eskrima are now helping out one or the other together. So in plan A, where eskrima is your main, the boxing's helping out. If you're in plan B, then the eskrima will be helping out your boxing. So it's much more blended in together. And so in your plan A, for instance, when you are doing the eskrima boxing, it should look more like fencing now, okay? Because if you are doing like figure eight motions like this, it takes too long, okay? Yes, it has more power, but it should be more compact, and if you make that more compact, then it looks more like fencing. So it's eskrima, fencing, and boxing together. All right. So I hope that makes sense. Something for you guys to think about. That's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.